All right, so we've just finished talking about editing our colors, our fonts, our buttons, the global color palette, logo, all of that. And now we're going to talk about how to edit our header and our menu. So we are in the back end of our WordPress website. We are in Appearance Customizer, and we are going to click into header. So when I'm talking about the header, I'm talking about these top two little sections on my website. So this little banner across the top that's pink, and then this section where my logo and my primary navigation live. So when I clicked into header, you immediately saw this panel appear across the screen, and we have 3 rows here. So we have a top row, a main row, and a bottom row. We're not actually using the bottom row. We just have some widgets. So each of these is called a widget, from HTML to the logo, social, search, button, primary navigation. And those are corresponding with what you actually see on the page, okay? So if we wanted to, for example, edit the background color of this banner, we can click on this little gear icon right here, and then that's going to open a new side panel menu. And there's the general tab, but we're going to go to the design tab. And right here, the first option, top row background, I can click into here and I could select one of my global colors, or I could just drag this and we'll make it pink, which we like to do as an example in this tutorial. So that's how you would change that. And then if you wanted to actually edit this right here, you can, of course, click on this pencil icon, or you can select it with the gear icon down here. And that's going to open up the little HTML widget area. Now, this is just basically a text box. So we have the visual text box. We also, if you click the text version, you see it's just an A tag, which is just a hyperlink. So I'm going to go back to visual, but I'll click on edit here, and you can actually paste a different URL if you do have a free guide that you want to offer people. And then if you want to make sure it opens in a new tab, click that gear icon and select open link in a new tab and click update to make sure it updates. Maybe you don't have anything to offer people, so I could just remove the link, and then maybe you want to write something else here, like welcome to my website, or some kind of announcement, something you want people to know. Maybe you just don't want this to be here at all. So that's an option. And if you don't, you can just click X on that little widget, and now it has disappeared. But if I wanted to add it back, and maybe this time I don't want it to be on the left, maybe I want it to be in the middle. You can see I have 2 widget areas I can add to my menu. So I'll add that HTML widget back in here. And luckily it's saved my changes from before, so it still has my text in there. But that's how you can edit those things. Now, we kind of already talked about editing the logo initially, but this is the same exact thing. Basically, if you click on the logo and go to this general tab, we're kind of back where we started from. So you could remove the logo, or you could re-add the logo or change it. I do want to talk about the social links. So to set up the social links, I'm going to click on the gear icon here, and this is where I can add or remove social links. So let's just get rid of Spotify, because maybe you don't want that one. And then down here, I want to click into set social links. And this is where I can actually put my personal profile URL in, so that when somebody clicks on this, they get taken to my Facebook page. So I'll type, my direct Facebook link in right here. You do the same down here with Instagram. And any of these that you are using, you'll want to make sure you put your link in here. And then definitely make sure that you push publish when you're done, so that those changes are saved. Let's quickly just talk about this button. So I'm going to hover over it in the menu, and I'm going to click the pencil icon. So this is not actually a global button. So the global styles aren't applying here. This is something that I have set up to kind of mimic the global styles, but here's my label, so that's what my button says. This is where I would put my URL. So whatever link you want to post there, and then if you want it to open in a new tab, you may not want to though. But there's some different options here that you can play with. We could make it an outline version of a button. I know it's hard to see because of the colors that it is, but we can also go to the design tab, and I could make it a small button. I can make it the custom, which is how I set it up. And then we'll go ahead and put that nice bright pink. So this button can be differentiated and it is not inheriting the global button styles. All right, the next thing I want to do is talk about the primary navigation. So when I hover over this and click on the pencil icon, we'll just head to the design tab because that's what I want to focus on for this portion. And then I want to talk separately about how to actually edit the links that are up here or restructure your menu if you needed to. So here's the different styles that we have design-wise. Here's where we have the colors set up. So yet again, if I want these to be hot pink, I can change that right there. You can change the hover color. This last one is actually the active color. So whatever page I'm on, it would become that color. So I'm going to click on that and let's go to the About page and see if we can see that change. Yeah. So now I'm actively on the About page. So it is this gorgeous blue color. You can also change the fonts. So they are set to inherit my base font style. But if you want to, you can actually change the font. And then there's also drop-down options. So this is the drop-down. When I hover over extras and I have these styles right here, if I click into that, now I've got more of a general tab and also a design tab. So yet again, I can come in here and I can start changing the colors and you can see how that affects everything. Okay, so now that you know how to edit what's in the header, let's talk about how to change the menu. And to do that, we're going to actually leave the customizer. So I'm going to exit out of here and I am not going to save any of my changes because that was looking very special. I'm just going to refresh the front end really quickly. Okay, so in the back end to change our menu, we're going to hover over Appearance and go to Menus. And this is where I can change the structure of my menu or add or remove links. So right over here in this side panel, you can add menu items. You can add pages. So it by default has this most recent, but you can just view all the pages on your website. Now, I pretty much have all of them linked already, but we'll just give you an example. I'll select links and click add to menu, and you can see it added that at the bottom down here. You can also add blog posts if you wanted to. And if you were going to do that, you probably would, nest it underneath something else. So you can also nest things just by clicking and dragging. And sometimes you have a really popular post on your website and you do want that front and center. So, you do want to link to it in the main menu. But as an example, you can also change the title by changing the navigation label. So my most popular blog post. And now I'm going to go ahead and save this menu down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to go back to the front end and refresh this. And we can see how those changes have taken effect. And there's my extra links page that I added. All right, so we can just remove these things by expanding and clicking on remove. I'll remove both of these. And then you also have the option to add custom links. So there's pages, there's posts, there's custom links. So you can type any URL in here that you would like to. And make sure that you have these things. Some of these things you may want to open in a new tab. Specifically, if I added like a custom link and I want to open in a new tab. Love those typos. Okay, so as I expand this, you don't see that option to open in a new tab. Scroll all the way up and see screen options right here. Now we want to click into the link target. So we want that to be checked. And then down here, now I have the option to open the link in a new tab. So I just want to show you that so you understand how that works. And this is literally, you couldn't see it happen, but now I have two tabs open and that opened the website in a new tab again. Okay, so that's how you edit your menu on the website.